Up Fit Family. For this Muscle / Motivation Monday, I'm going to be going over resistance bands, how you can utilize them no matter if you're recovering from injuries, you're trying to prevent injuries, you're trying to increase power, strength, you're doing from a bodybuilding standpoint, from an athletics, any type of athletics standpoint, and of course you can use them for flexibility as well. Now, when it comes down to it, if you are going to apply these with, let's say, deadlifting, squats, overhead pressing, bench pressing, anything like that, make sure your technique is already down. Your technique is good, because if you add resistance bands, especially if you are thinking that you're going to use the same amount of weight that you do without the resistance band, don't. Lower the weight. You'll see why. Because resistance bands are going to cause it to be a lot more difficult. Now don't get me wrong, if you're using a lighter resistance band, you probably won't notice as much of a difference. If you grab something and you think you're strong enough and the ego starts to get in, that is where there's a higher probability that you're going to end up injuring yourself. So always take that into account. Remember, pros and cons. Now, when it comes to resistance bands though, they are very beneficial. A lot of physical therapists use them from a rehab standpoint. Because a lot of people, if they have, for example, their shoulder injuries, and that usually is due to a lot of internal rotation, and due to the fact that there's so much internal rotation, which I like to refer to as when you have it. Now, I'm not going to be completely in the center of the video. In the future, when I have my own stand, ultimately when I have the money to buy the stand, I'm going to have it. So I like to refer to it as when the thumbs are pointing inward. That's internal rotation. Don't get me wrong, when your thumbs are pointing outward, like this, it still would be considered internal rotation. When you go like this, that would be external rotation. So, same thing goes like this, you would have it external, internal. You can always remember that by doing it that way. Now, of course, there's other ways you can remember it, but since I mentioned that, and I'm really focusing more on the rehab standpoint or preventative, and then work over the power and strength. Now, from a rehab standpoint, you can use resistance bands for working on external rotation, which will lead to decreasing the chances of a shoulder injury from reoccurring again, or from a preventative standpoint, where let's say you are starting to notice that you have some tension on the shoulder and it's a lot tighter than, let's say, your other one, in which case you need to work on external rotation. That's a high probability that you have too much internal rotation. I noticed that when I would be doing deadlifts and I'll be doing them like this. I'll have it where this shoulder will be tight compared to the other one. But as you can see, I have it where one is internally rotated, one is externally rotated. Now this one, internally rotated, externally rotated. Man, I was just saying those words, but I already ended up screwing them up. This is making sense. But I'm going to go a little farther. Now let's say when it comes to this, since it's sturdy enough, you have a resistance band, it is on there. You have it where you have one handle, or you have two handles depending on the difficulty level. You have it where your shoulder is backing down, elbow is right next to your obliques, or if you have it, it could be on the hip bone depending on how long your arms are, and you're going like this. This is external rotation. You're going to feel a little bit of tension right here, but you're going to also be feeling all these guys firing. When you strengthen those guys up, you'll notice that the tightness in your shoulder will be weaker, just because you are doing it, you are making it so your external rotation muscles are strong enough to counter the internal rotation. Since there are different muscles for internal rotation, external rotation. Now, from a power lifting standpoint and a strength standpoint, you can utilize them for deadlifts, you can utilize them for squats, you can utilize them for overhead pressing, bench pressing. In the following video, I will be showing you, which I've done in the past, I'll show you how you can utilize it for push-ups. them for more than just body weight. For push-ups, you could do them for squats, you could do them for so many different things. Plus, no matter what plane of motion you are working in, you can utilize them for it. If you have any questions on them, I can go over different exercises. I can mention it to you, I can demonstrate them for you, and so many different things. That way, you know in the future, the next time you go to the gym, you have so many options available to you, and you'll be able to use them and feel that there's a difference. Now, when it comes down to it, I recommend Ruger, Titan, because I know they are legit. Now, do I get sponsorships from them? Do I get any money from them? No. But those people, I know that their resistance bands are strong. Main reason why is that the YMCA down in the fitness center main area, they have Ruger. I've been using them for a couple of years, and I know that they're legit. And then there's other ones I've used that ended up snapping on me. And I do mean snapping on me, and that hurt. Now, there are other ones that are, if you want it from the shoulder rehab, you don't need a lot of resistance from that. You can use a 5 pound, 10 pound, 15 pound, something like that. And those, again, all resistance bands are going to be cheap compared to free weights, compared to other type of equipment. So, if you want to check out any resistance bands, you could always look them up on eBay. You'll find them there. Go to Ruger, go to Titan, go to Sports Authority, go to any type of just website. You can just look up resistance bands and they'll have a list of all the different things on you. You could even do YouTube because they'll have other videos when it comes to resistance band exercises. You could just go onto Google and put up resistance bands and they'll have a bunch of different things. As always, if you do have questions, you could always DM me on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. And if you have any requests or have any different things you want me to talk about in the future, you could always mention it to me. As always, stay strong.